Uh, my God, you're talking about sustainability and you're handing out paper. Hang on, climate change knocked the trees down and I'm just repurposing. Oh, you may say, wait a minute. You got ink on here. It's all vegetable-based ink. So you could literally eat this paper. If I wouldn't recommend it. Let me get you to closing now. And I'll start off negatively and move right to the positive future for us. So let me give you the negative up front. Oops, that's the positive, the Big Apple. I got a real sensitive mouse here. Well, you can see that. We'll do that. Do you want to continue? How about, yes, we want to continue. Come on, boys. Technology is my friend. Not today, apparently. Okay, we'll go out of there. We're going to go someplace else, folks, to what you have, because the system, see, the system won't even allow me to do that. Where's my tech friend? Get me back to, we'll make you even later now because we can't get back. I want to get back to my desk.
This is it?
No. Here. Don't know where it is. It doesn't want to do that.
No? This
No.
one?
No.
Okay, you do this.
Here, let me get it from here.
Is it here?
No, let me get it from here. Okay. Let's go. Now you will have to listen quickly because I'm going to talk quickly. All right. Thank you. What's the motivation for what I'm doing? I'll give you a date. September 2015, right here in New York, actually in a spot, not actually technically in the city because US gave the land to the UN, but nearly 200 countries came together and said, we're going to make sure that we have a future for the people on Earth, for the Earth itself, for peace, prosperity, and partnership. I'm not sure what they meant by prosperity. Obviously, we haven't gotten much on the peace issue, have we? No. And the latest progress report, look at the date again. This is 26. That's 15. And they gave 15 years to get this done. And as far as we know, about 20% of the signatory nations, there's 17 goals. Do the math. 20% have got 3 done. 20% on 3 versus trying to get 17 done. 70% of the time is gone. And if that's negative, I think we got a positive here. If we have something on the screen. If you don't know the 17 SDGs, they're in your paper there. If you've never seen them before, they're on the screen, but they're in your paper. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about what happened. No, I'm going to talk about what we can do, not what happened. We're slow in the world getting these things done. So here's what we can do. I believe AI can help because it can model climate change like we cannot. We're not very good at that because we're sitting in the climate. Pollution monitoring, part of the SDGs we're supposed to get at, the Sustainable Development Goals. We think we're good, but AI is better, much better at handling enormous amounts of data in a nanosecond. Before you can click your fingers, it can do it. Have you done a bibliological research for your own work and found that it can grab 7,000 articles and you send your research assistant, and 2 months later, they found two. Okay? I've been there. One of the nice things that AI modeling can do is it can generate optimal choices among a whole bunch of people I could hire. Which one should I hire? A whole bunch of different things I could do. Which one ought I to do? So AI can help with basic environmental sustainability more than we can as people. AI can help with sustainable use of scarce natural resources. I'll give you 3 bullet points. First of all, these systems are enormously powerful and able to deliver the correct nutrients to the correct crops at the correct time, because they're plugged into the whole universe of needs for smart agriculture. We use it a lot in the US, but it's used even more in Australia and New Zealand. They're the foremost countries. Europe, you've already heard about Europe's situation. We're not good at deforestation management. Why? Because the trees are big and we're in the trees, and we don't know. We don't know what's really happening. But now with satellite imaging and with advanced AI techniques, we can really watch the forests shrink or expand laterally and in height. And that's critical because we haven't been good at that before. And finally, and probably most importantly for the poor countries in the world, AI can help with supply chain optimization. Let me give you a simple example. I'll move to the next screen. I like to eat mangoes. I particularly like mangoes in drinks. But do you know that where a whole lot, 80% of the mangoes grow, less than a third of them ever get to the marketplace? Less than a third of people's crop gets to the grocery store because of the inability to get the supply chain in order. That's sad for people who are poor, who could be regular folk like us, if we just could find a way to get from the mango being picked to the marketplace. AI can do it. We've seen models on that, and that's really cool stuff. Rather than we've failed to get the sustainable development goals accomplished, rather than that, I say we can do it. Sustainable cities is a tougher one because cities are a big footprint and they rarely come into existence in the modern era. We don't see many new cities. We used to when I was young, but that was pre-baby boomer days. Sorry, I'm a war baby, okay? All right. I've seen 2 sustainable cities built, both of them in the UAE, and they are remarkable because you start with a chalkboard that's blank and you create the transportation system before you put the people in. Not like the way we do it. We run them out of the way because they're already built and they need the transportation. AI does great work, way better than linear modeling when it comes to green construction design. And again, I've seen examples. You can see examples also right on your computer screens. I went to see the UAE cities because I really didn't believe it could be done, and it has been done. And most important, given that we want freedom, there are limits to freedom. Freedom doesn't come for free, even though the word is in there. We sometimes need to arrange things. Gordon is gone, but Gordon was telling us about how we can optimize the way people live and make sure they're compatible, not with others. I'm talking about being compatible with your environment. Wouldn't it be nice if you could be like my grandfather in South Philadelphia, live on the third floor and work on the first floor? Never commuted, never wasted any resources, never spoke a word of English. Okay. What do you hear? But we can design and or potentially redesign. Not Robert Moses in New York, who said, I want a subway line to run here, and he just knocked everybody out of the way. Didn't Robert Moses do that? Yeah. I'm going back home. I'm going back home on his bridge tonight, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. We can do this. I'm positive on that. And you know, we talk a lot about carbon footprint. We talk, is what we do. We never really measure it very well. The AI modeling of that, you can see it in the UK. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. They really do a good job. They're down to the point where they can go to one person's physical property and measure the carbon footprint of one family of 4 or 4.2, whatever the average is. I like to see the 0.2 person. Secondly, I'll give you three bullet points. That's all. I don't want you to handle too much late in the afternoon. And again, it's all on the paper if you need it. We've been trying for almost 50 years to figure optimal ways to deal with affluence. We want the energy, but we don't want the negative externalities, as they're called in economics. Bless you, dear lady, don't spread it around. All right. Yeah. There you go. 3 for a quarter. All right. And you know, the AI models that I've seen at the UN, and I've also seen at, believe it or not, at Exxon Corporation, are really good at this. They're really good at telling you, excuse me, you ought to move from oil to natural gas, or from natural gas to solar, or whatever. They're good at that. We just have to put our mind to doing it. And we haven't. We've already heard that this afternoon from 5 or 6 different people, that you can't just shove the technology in. You have to look at the system first. And you know what's really nice in the finance field is that green finance is enabled by AI. It really is. And so I got to get off the stage here. There's no doubt in my mind, and look, I'm just one person looking at this stuff, but there's no doubt in my mind, having looked at what the experts say, that the ability to crunch the numbers, the ability to grab a universe full of data and handle it rapidly is the real benefit of artificial intelligence, which has been around since the 1950s, and we just never understood what to do with it. It's the number crunching. It's the number crunching capability. Don't let it take over your life. We have woefully underutilized AI. It's cheap. It's easy. We just haven't motivated folks who are in the world of economic sustainability to approach it. They're happier being social animals rather than tried and true data analysts. I don't want to take the social out of it, but guess what? It's time to get real on this if we're going to have a planet for your grandchildren, or in some people's cases, great-grandchildren. Listen, I've been doing this for 54 years, so I know where I'm coming from. I don't know where I'm going, though. Generative AI, the real buzz AI, it's AI on steroids, can really, if decision makers at the top would get it, can really be used to move the needle. And we haven't moved it. I showed you on the first screen, 70% of the time, 15 years has gone by, and hardly anybody has moved to accomplish the SDGs. Why? It costs money. It's dislocating. It takes political fortitude, and it takes the end of the screen for me. technology is my friend. I hope that she'll realize we didn't use too much energy up while we were here. And I hope to see you all in Oxford, UK. And I've given you paper, but thank you for your time. And you get a 2-minute break before the next session, I think. Oh, where's the boss? Here comes the boss. Okay, thanks.